I'd like to start by giving a special thanks to the Premier of Victoria. If not for Dan, I would not have realised just how fragile democracy was here in Australia. If not for Dan, I would still be apathetic about politics and issues that are important to me and all of you. Sorry, guys. If not for Dan, I would not have met some of the most amazing human beings who inspire me every day to fight for freedom and democracy. Now I stand to fight for you as a Senate candidate for the Liberal Democrats. I want to acknowledge some people. The people at Discernible, Voice for Victoria, Police for Freedom, and David Limbrick, Tim Quilty, Catherine Cumming, Real Rukshan, Topher Field, Ava Yemeni, Jerry Anuon, Monica Smith, Morgan C. Jonas. These are but a few. These are but a few of a diverse bunch of people I didn't know before Daniel Andrews turned our state on its head. It's a cohort that may not agree with each other on every single issue, but it's on one cause we all fervently believe, that rights and liberty in this country have been taken away. Now more than ever, it is incumbent on all of us to stand up and protect children and young people who have experienced the last 2 years growing up like none of us have before. Parents, grandparents, aunties and uncles, this is our time to shine. Our time to show the government what happens when you poke the mama and papa bears. Yes. I want to tell you kids and teenagers something, so listen closely. Indiana, I see you. Now, I saw William, Charlie and Emmy before, but I can't see you in the crowd. There you are, down there. And all of the other children and teenagers that are here today. You are the nucleus of this movement. Do you know what that means? It means that every single person here, and look around you, there are heaps. They're here because they care about you and the future that they want to create for you. You are special. You are worth fighting for. So stay strong, hold on tight and weather the storm, because on the other side is a beautiful, free, happy life that will be even better than it was before. My journey to this point in time is not dissimilar to many of yours. For those of you who have heard me speak before, you've probably heard me ask, where is your line in the sand? In March 2020, I believe most people knew where their line was. The people en masse would have said there's no way that I would let the government or anyone else tell me when and how I can live my life. Yet look at where we are today and the relative ease to which it happened. I've realised that the problem with lines in the sand is that when you find sand, you find waves and tide. As a wave crashes and rolls up the sand, you take just a little step back to avoid getting wet. It's okay, we tell ourselves, my line is still right there. I know my line. But then the tide of the Andrews government starts coming in, each wave creeping a little further up the sand. It's just a 2-week lockdown to flatten the curve, we are told. We take a step back to keep our feet from getting wet. Masks will keep you and everyone else safe, and we all take a little step back. Work from home if you can, step back. Staying apart keeps us together, step back. Your work is not essential, don't see your friends or family, no funerals, no weddings, no travel. Businesses must close, get vaccinated to protect everyone. Step back, step back, step back. Give up. Most people were so busy keeping their feet dry that they didn't even notice that their line was now so far away it couldn't be seen. It had been washed away by the tide and no longer even existed. Just because the line is gone doesn't mean you can't draw a new one. sorry, I'm wanting to respect the fact that there was a group of people at the back of the crowd that asked me to speak louder to hear, and they can't hear me with that drumming. So could someone please ask the drummer to just maybe stop for a moment so I could finish my speech? I'm just wanting to respect the people at the back who asked me to speak louder. Thank you. You've all marched here. You're all here because you've marched, walked and charged back down the line of the sand and drawn a new line. You've dug your feet in and you're resisting the waves. You've linked arms with the millions of people here and around the world and stood your ground. Your feet are wet and you don't care. Your line is drawn and no wave or tide will move it again. You are all here because you said no more. Every one of you has reclaimed the line.